What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the RabidMining YouTube channel, and today I'm checking out, courtesy of Bitcoin Merch, who did send me out the Mars Lander Solo Bitcoin Miner. Now let's take a look at the unboxing process. This does come with the power adapter, a USB micro to USB adapter. This is what we do need to actually set up this miner. I'll show you how to do that later on in this video. And then we have the RGB remote. Now this is what we do need to change all those fancy lights within this mini Bitcoin miner. So I have had this miner for about a month, maybe a month and a half or so. It's been a little while. No, I have not hit any Bitcoin blocks yet. So if I would have, you would have heard about it. But no, 0 blocks found for me. I am solo mining. Later on, again, I will show you how to set this thing up. But you may be wondering, what the heck do I got going on here with the Ethernet cable? And why isn't this top on? So that is one of two reasons. One, it no longer fits since I did put this in. And the reason I moved this over to Ethernet from Wi-Fi is because we do shut our Wi-Fi off at nighttime. So I do have everything hardwired in. Now that's the one main reason. The second reason is that actually increased my hash rate using this thing wired over Wi-Fi. So if you have one of these or thinking about it, it may help you out. But at the same time, it may just because I have crappy Wi-Fi and my router is fairly old. So that may be all it is. But let's take a look at some results since I did do this. Okay, so over on the left here, you can see in the middle, there is a spike. And that's when I moved from Wi-Fi over to my wired connection, and everything before on the left hand side of that spike, you can see my hash rate is about 50% less. Now I didn't have a screenshot this time. I was looking into overclocking and how you do other things to get the reported hash rate this thing is supposed to do, which leads me to be, maybe it is my router and it's an issue, and you might not have this issue. But ever since I did that, we spiked up and I pretty much doubled my hash rate at the pools through shares being found. Now over on the right, we can see it has been fairly consistent, hanging out around that 278.39 gigahash. So it has improved my performance by about double utilizing wired internet over wireless connection. So I'm going to do the setup process last because I'm just going to give you my spiel on, is this thing worth it? Should you get it or whatever? So the whole purpose behind this miner is playing the lottery. Bitcoin Merch does have this thing listed at about 490 USD. It looks like it is currently on sale. I will have links in the description if this is something you are looking to purchase. So I do think you can point this at a pool if you really do want to. I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea, guys, because this thing is not profitable. I'm telling you right now, there is no profit in pool mining or anything on this. It is 100% geared to solo mining and the Bitcoin lottery. Now, it does make a lot of sense when you really thinking about it, but just looking at the pure stats, it makes 0 sense. You're probably already saying this thing is not profitable, it's not worth it, it's a money scam. But seriously, hear it out and it may change your mind. So your actual chance of finding a block is probably 1 in a lifetime, 1 in 2 lifetimes, who knows? Maybe it could be a couple months, maybe it could be a couple years, but regardless, this only uses like 16 watts. Now, if you actually do the math, it is less efficient than something like an S19J Pro or whatever the big Bitcoin miners are, but those things use 3,000 to 5,000 watts. Now, if you're using a miner at 3,000 to 5,000 watts, you better hope you're making some profit, because if you're not, you're gonna go broke with your power bill. And that's where this 16 watts at the wall comes in handy. It's like 2 LED light bulbs. You're not gonna notice it. So mining away solo and not really caring about the power because it's not going to affect you at all, maybe a couple cents, that's about it, is not going to be an issue for most of you guys out there. Now, when I go to the store, there's always people, and it's usually the same people there all the time buying lottery tickets. $20 today, $20 tomorrow. Some people spend $40. We talked about it in live stream. Some people spend like $80 every couple days just to play the lottery, and the odds of winning the lottery are pretty much 0, but the hopium is there. I ran some very quick numbers here, and $40 every week for an entire month is $160 a month. 3 months, that's $480. Just alone in lottery tickets, this thing can ROI itself and you don't have to worry about it. Stop playing the lottery and mine yourself Bitcoin. So also on top of that, a Bitcoin average block time is about 10 minutes, depending on the network hash rate and everything. You know, we have seen times of it going to an hour. Regardless, 10 minutes to 1 hour, you have a chance of winning that lottery for your entire life. And currently, up until the next halving, that block reward is 6.13 Bitcoin or something like that. And then in 2024, that will drop to a little over 3 Bitcoin. But just think about it. If Bitcoin does hit, you know, at least 100,000, some people think it's going to go to 1 million in X amount of years, and that could very well happen. You are playing the lottery right here, and it is happening every day. You're getting a draw every 10 minutes. You're getting a draw every hour, depending on that difficulty. But at the average block time it's supposed to hang out, it should be within 10 minutes. So keep that in mind, guys. Quit playing the lottery, mine yourself some Bitcoin, and you have a lifetime chance at the lottery every single day. So in a nutshell, that's all I pretty much have to say about this thing. Like seriously, it's not profitable pool mining, maybe a couple cents a day. It's not 100% efficient. It's not that great doing a hash to watt ratio, but because it uses such little power, you're not going to notice it, and you have that chance of potentially winning the lottery. So if you're a gambler, this is for you guys. So there we go. That's my whole 2 cents on this whole thing. You know, there's nothing amazing about it. It's a USB miner. That's it. Nothing special. It does have this cool screen that definitely makes things, you know, nice and kind of neat and fancy. But, you know, overall, you know, this is nothing that's going to make you massive amounts of money. It's a lottery ticket and you could play to win. So I really do think this is a chance. I myself, I'm not really a gambler. A lot of you guys I've been talking to, you guys kind of are. So this might be right up your alley. Regardless, it might make you something. It might not. It's 100% luck. No idea. All right, guys. So if you made it this far, we're going to check out the setup process. And I want to change my Bitcoin address anyway. So I do have the little USB, if it focuses, USB drive here that it does come with. And the SD card is actually located right in, if you're looking at it, I guess, from the screen, the left-hand side right underneath. So we're simply just going to pull this out and insert it into this USB flash drive and then put this inside of your computer. Okay, so once you do get that USB with the micro SD card within your computer, you will come up to this. It's going to ask you to format. Just hit the cancel button. You don't need to do anything. All the files are here. If you're a coder, you can go into here and change all the front display graphics. We're not going through any of that. We're looking at the miner setup. Now, again, when this first comes, you don't have that USB thing moving into for Ethernet cables. I did buy that separately. I'll have a link for that down below if you're looking for something for it. But to set up your Wi-Fi, you come down to this WPA supplicant here, hit the edit button, and simply put in all of your information for your Wi-Fi. It's pretty self-explanatory at that point. And to set up the pool and everything, all you got to do is come into this cgminer.config as well as the backup. I'm just going to show you how to set up this, but you can set up a backup pool here as well. So we're going to right click here, edit this with Notepad, and this is where all our pool and user address is. So again, I want to change my wallet address here. So I do want to come into user here. User is your wallet address that you're mining to. I'm just changing it to that. And URL is obviously just like you would with GPU mining, any type of mining. This is the URL to the server you want to use. So pick yourself a server. I am going with Lucky Monster. Now, I don't know much about any of these BTC pools, but based on mining pool stats itself, this was the best ping for me. I did do ping tests. This was the best ping for me, and it's also one of the lowest percentage of solo mining pools. There are a couple here, but you can see this one's way in Lithuania. I don't even know how to say that, but I don't have a good ping there. So I had a good ping and it's a low fee. So I went Lucky Monster. Pool hash rate does not matter when it comes to solo mining because we're solo mining. You know, we're all fighting for that block. So that's why I went with that. Pick the pool you want. A lot of people use CK. I do believe by default, this did come with CK pool already loaded by default. But again, upon ping tests, I went with Lucky Monster because I had the lowest latency. And there we go. Once you save that, insert the SSD back in, plug everything in, and it will begin its booting process. So I just did that. It's still booting up. Nothing is loaded up or anything yet. Wait a few minutes. Once the screen does turn on, it's slowly starting to at this point. It's been about 20 seconds or so. go and check out your pool, which will check out, and make sure everything is detected. Okay, so we are detected at the pool. You can see I had a little gap here. My internet actually went right out as soon as I hooked this thing up, so that sucked. But we are back online and we're beginning to ramp up. So we're detected at the pool, everything we need to know. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I will see you on the next one. The Mars Lander Bitcoin lottery miner is here.